Hi guys, how are you? This is Kim from This Darn Chicks Designs. Tonight I'm actually going to be doing a trucker's hat, and this hat will have a embroidery design on it, so I'm going to show you how to do this. What you're going to want to do is first have your pellon. Remember, the back of our pellon is sticky, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to score these lines here in order to get the stickiness on it. Make sure that it's actually a 14 by 14 square, which is, it's actually 140 by 140 for the Janome. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our hat and we're going to adjust it from side to side, and then we're going to pin each side down, okay? So once we get each side down, we're going to take it over to our Janome, and then we're going to start our embroidering, and it should take about 33 minutes. Okay. So now we're over at our machine, and we're going to be doing square 14B 140 by 140. Now, even though this is kind of looks like a spring design, I think what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a fall color. So we're going to be using like some orange, some white, and some black. So we've placed our hat on the pellon, okay, which is a sticky back. So you're going to place your hat down there, and make sure that you actually use your guides from side to side just to make sure that it doesn't hit or bump the sides. Right now it's down actually pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and start. So now we've started the hat, and Janome does really good though with these hats. Just as long as you just use the pellon, you should be fine. Just make sure you watch your fingers down there. I like to make sure that the sides are down as much as possible. And this will probably take about 19 minutes in order to get it done. But the colors that I'm actually using is like the orange, okay? It is, the weight of it is, I think, let me see here if I can see the weight on it really fast. It's 100% polyester and it's 40 weight, okay? So we're doing orange, then we have a lighter orange that we're doing, and we've got black, and then we've got white. So I'm just gonna kind of bounce back and forth between the colors that I want for the fall for my hat. But it sticks pretty well. You really don't really need any pins at all. I think it does really well just the way it is. Now, however, a lot of people want to go ahead and buy the hoop attachment. It's like for the hats. I don't choose to do that just because I don't do a whole lot of hats. So I just kind of use what I have here, and the pellon does really well. I don't really have to worry too much about it. So, and you know, it stays pretty well. So we don't have to worry about it getting too close to the sides or anything like that. And so just to kind of give you like a little area view of what it's doing, it's actually, you know, it's going back and forth here. You can kind of see that area. Like I said, it does really well. As long as you actually make sure that you don't get the bill of your hat stuck in the middle part here. If you push it back too far, it'll get caught, and then it'll just go ahead and sew right over top of it, and we don't want that. We don't want your hat embroidered over top. But I think it's going to do really well. At times you just got to kind of keep it down, because, you know, it gets more stitches in there than the tighter it gets. And this is the flower that we're actually doing. Even though it's in pink, I just decided to go ahead and just do it in orange. One thing about it is like the machine is pretty strong. so we don't have to worry about it messing up on anything with the hat. Since this hat's going to be for me, I probably won't wind up selling it or anything like that. I'll probably just, you know, I'll keep it for me. Now, this is one of the designs that Janome has. However, you can make your own up in embroideries. I just chose to go ahead and just get this off of Janome. Get that away there. We're actually down to like 15 minutes on this. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and change up on colors now. So I think the next color, I may wind up just using white. Just kind of change up the colors, you know. Kind of go from there. Just pull that out there. Go ahead and stick this one in here. Hold on here. So now we changed up, so I think I'm just going to use the white that we got on here. Let's see what it looks like. So now you'll notice, like, the more stitching that you get on top, okay, it's going to want to pucker a little bit, so you're just going to want to have to try to keep it down. And then once you get done with all your stitching, then you're going to want to go over it. You can go over it with like a mini, like a Cricut iron, the little mini irons, and then that will actually help you out to try to get, you know, your actual motif on there to settle down. Because as we know, you know, the more you pile stitches on, the thicker it gets, and some surfaces can't handle that, depending on the type of fabric. Like, I mean, this is like 100% cotton, you know, trucker's hat. So, you know, I mean, I could have probably just as well went ahead and did a patch, and then put a patch on there, but then what fun would that be? So, I would rather just do it this way and then just watch the process myself, and then kind of go from there. See what it does. It's always fun to see what your machine is going to do. So remember, like, when you're doing your hats, you definitely want to use that Pellon, just to make sure that it actually keeps that hat down. And it does a pretty good job of it, honestly. I think when I started out doing these hats, I was, at first I was kind of a little nervous about it, because I thought, well, maybe I'm going to have to pin them down, and I did. I pinned some of them down, but, you know, the more you do, the more you notice that you really don't have to pin them down. I mean, just let the surface stick to the actual garment itself, and then you won't have that problem. Because once it starts stitching, you're not going to have, you know, problem of it moving, because it's already in that area anyways. So it's not going to lift or do anything. Who knows what my flower is going to look like. I'm just kind of winging it right now. See what my colors will turn out to look like. It'll be some type of fall. Just don't know which one. with a little bit more of a deeper orange. So we got our light orange, almost like a tangerine with your white, and then your orange like a pumpkin orange. It probably doesn't look like that on here, but it is. But it's actually doing really pretty. It's doing good. And honestly, like this flower would be really pretty, like if you did it on a quilt too. So, you know, you can always change up any of your colors. You don't always have to go with, you know, what you bought online or whatever. You can always change these threads up. I always like to try to stay with, you know, the same 3 or 4 color palette. And then now it's just actually going around the flower and kind of putting, it's like a flower over a flower. So it kind of makes it pop a little bit. Let's down just a little bit. We're getting to that rough edge. Like I said, when you're doing these hats, they get stiff with all the threads. But I saw a lady online the other day, and she put her finger, I guess, in the way, and it didn't look too good. I felt bad for her. So hopefully her finger gets better. So yeah, this is probably something you probably shouldn't do. You probably shouldn't push this down, but I always have to push it down just to look at it, just to keep my fingers out of the way. And it bugs us when we see little things like that too. Because when you're trying to create something, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this string out of the way, and then that's the very time that when you do it, then that's when you get caught from the needle. It's just going around the inside. It's actually put a little satin stitch around it. It came out really pretty. Okay, so let's see here. Let's find out which one. It looks like we're actually going to be doing the inside here. So I think for the inside, I think I am going to put like a black on the inside there. Okay, so instead of black, I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and do like a dark brown because that's more fall colors. Black is more like Halloween, things like that. So I think we're just going to do a dark brown and finish it off. Okay, so now we've got, all right, so we're gonna do a little bit more brown on this. So let's just lift it up, down there. looks like our hat's done. Go ahead, take it off. Oop. Sorry, back out from underneath it. Okay. Take it over here. I'd let you see my craft room, but it's really nasty right now. I keep throwing everything everywhere. So it's, you know, it's not the best looking craft room at this moment. So you want to go in and you want to kind of clip any little threads that we got here. You can pull this off the back, okay? And then, let's go ahead here. I want to actually just, this has got Velcro on the back of it, this little trucker hat does. So, but anyways, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So, tell me what you think. You can kind of straighten these out, like right here. Here's the inside of the embroidery and stuff. So you can actually kind of straighten this out here a little bit. You take a little bit of it, like an iron to it, you know, like a little mini press iron. It's one of the Cricut ones, which is what I use. You can kind of see it here, the Cricut one. And you can actually just kind of iron over top of it there, and you won't have no problems at all. So let me know what you think about the fall hat. And thank you for watching. You guys have a great night.